Welcome to the part 2 of the series, where we delve into another set of channels that once flickered across our screens with niche programming or limited regional reach. Though often overlooked or forgotten, these channels offer a unique sight into the evolving landscape of Philippine broadcasting. Introducing the 5 more obscure TV channels in the Philippines. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Pop Life TV was a newly launched DTV channel that focuses on delivering lifestyle and entertainment programs. It aims to provide viewers with premium content, including shows about travel, food, and other aspects. It officially launched on October 18, 2018, and viewers have been able to watch the channel through DTV. However, on March 21, 2020, the channel temporarily went off the air due to the enhanced community quarantine that was implemented in response to the pandemic. In 2022, the channel updated its Facebook page by re-uploading its profile picture and cover photo. Some wondered if it meant the channel to resume broadcasting, however, there were no announcement or confirmation from the network about a possibility. In 2016, News 5 and Signal TV teamed up to provide viewers with coverage of the 2016 Philippine national elections. They launched a dedicated channel called Bilang Pilipino channel, which focused entirely on election-related news and updates. The channel officially launched on April 25, 2016, and it was exclusively available to the Signal TV platform. It eventually ended on May 15, just 6 days after the election took place, and it was only intended to operate for a short period. There isn't much information about the channel, mainly because it only aired during the 2016 presidential elections. Not to mention, I originally planned to feature this in my previous video as an updated version, but for some reason, I left it out and overlooked it during the process. In December 1991, Radio Mindanao Network or RMN granted a permit to launch a UHF TV station in Metro Manila. This approval paved the way for the creation of a new TV channel called Cinema Television or CTV, as it officially launched in October 1993. RMN became the second radio-based company in the Philippines to expand into TV through its flagship station DWKC-TV. CTV was a dedicated movie channel, and its programming focused entirely on Filipino and Hollywood movies, as well as select programs from the American cable channel E! It was the first UHF TV station in the Philippines that adopted a programming style much like viewers would expect, similar to that of a cable TV channel. The channel even achieved high ratings at one point, making it the most watched UHF TV station in Metro Manila. However, due to a combination of regulatory issues by the NTC and the way CTV acquired and aired content from E, which did not comply with those regulations, CTV ceased operations in September 2000. In October 2000, just a month after CTV went off the air, RMN and the American entertainment channel E officially announced their partnership to relaunch CTV under a new brand called E Philippines. The broadcasting schedule was expanded to 24 hours, but it was shortened to only 12 hours a day, specifically from 12 noon to 12 midnight. Eventually, on June 1, 2003, RMN officially shut down its TV operations, driven by financial difficulties and low ratings. As a result, RMN chose to redirect its resources towards their 2 radio networks, the flagship RMN and AM radio, and a more music-oriented IFM. During the time E Philippines was still on the air, several religious groups expressed interest in purchasing airtime on the channel as a programming block. However, RMN declined it, choosing not to allow religious content to be part of the lineup. Although I wasn't able to find any sources for this claim, it appears to be accurate. Like even today, most of free-to-air TV stations in the Philippines are airing religious content during the late-night hours. After being inactive for nearly 8 years, the TV station DWKC-TV, along with the other regional stations, was acquired by Broadcast Enterprises and Affiliated Media or BEAM, which led DWKC-TV to resume its operations in July 2011, now rebranded under the name BEAM Channel 31. The game channel began airing on free TV through BEAM Channel 31 on August 15 after BEAM entered into an affiliation deal with Solar Entertainment. Ever since E Philippines shuts down in July 2011, the international version of E continued to be accessible in the Philippines through major cable and satellite providers. However, in December 2019, the channel finally discontinued in the country as part of a corporate restructuring by NBC Universal International Networks. Although I couldn't find any articles online that specifically covered the history of Jao TV, I was able to gather some key infos that I needed, albeit from Wikipedia. Jao TV acts as a mixed-content local channel featuring a variety of homemade programs that carry a distinct work-from-home vibe. Much like the programming seen on major networks in 2020, many of Jao TV shows were produced at home. Jao TV airs on analog channel 37 and on digital channel 51, operated under the call sign DXJG-TV. It has been referred to as the first digital TV station in northern Mindanao, highlighting its role in the region's transition to DTV broadcasting. The channel was also accessible through cable TV. What's weird is that both analog TV and DTV pages in Wikipedia states that Jao TV officially launched in 2021. However, based on my own research, the earliest evidence I found on the channel's existence dates back to September 2020. That includes the air check I recorded during that same month. The exact date of the channel's launch remains uncertain at this point. Despite having sent them a message through Facebook on August 2 this year 2025, I haven't received any updates about the status of Jao TV, and the channel remains inactive, having gone off air since December 2024. Interestingly, after being off air for several months, a report indicating that Jao TV resumed its broadcast on August 3, just a day after I sent the message. It appears that the channel was operating at low power, meaning the broadcast range was very limited, as I was unable to scan its signal using either my DTV receiver or my smart TV. After Jao TV resumed broadcasting on August 3, it didn't continue airing the day after. Some reports suggest that this may have been a test broadcast rather than a full return of the channel, or a full return but an occasional airing. Before the deadline of December 31, 1994, which was established by a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU between the NTC and KBP, a broadcasting company called Associated Communications and Wireless Services United Broadcasting Network, or we'll just call them ACWS, submitted an application for a franchise on December 20, 1994. While the application for a franchise was still pending, the NTC granted ACWS a temporary permit to operate a TV station. This permit allowed ACWS to broadcast on Channel 25 starting from June 29, 1995 until June 28, 1997. ACWS launched its first TV station through DWMJ-TV, branded as Ultravision 25. However, the operations were cut short due to a legal conflict that arose when ACWS filed a lawsuit against the NTC. Before that happened, before the temporary permit officially expired, ACWS took steps to continue operating by submitting an application to the NTC on May 14, 1997, requesting for its renewal. The situation turned into a conflict where the House Committee on Legislative Franchises responded to the franchise application of ACWS in October 28, 1997, stated that ACWS had failed to submit the necessary supporting documents required to approve the franchise. Despite the earlier issues, the NTC sent a letter to ACWS on November 17, 1997, instructing ACWS to submit a new congressional franchise for the continued operation of its stations. The NTC also informed ACWS that until it complied with its requirements, its applications for temporary permits to operate those radio stations would be held in suspension. ACWS, however, didn't fulfill the franchise requirement. The company later claimed that it never received the letter, which argued was the reason for its non-compliance. The NTC formally notified ACWS on January 19, 1998 that its application submitted in May 1997 to renew Channel 25 had been approved, and the renewed permit would be released once ACWS paid the required fee. ACWS complied, expecting for a renewal. However, despite all of that, the NTC refused to release the permit. Instead, the NTC initiated an administrative case against ACWS, the administrative case number 98-009, citing ACWS's failure to comply in the November 17, 1997 letter. The aforementioned case, quote, Channel 25 assigned to hear and responded ACWS is hereby recalled, and so on. On February 26, 1998, the NTC issued an order to ACWS to show cause, meaning to provide a valid justification as to why its assigned frequency Channel 25 should not be recalled. ACWS formally responded to the order issued by the NTC on March 17. In addition, ACWS also filed a petition with the Court of Appeals, requesting the court to intervene, to which the court denied on September 1998. This decision marked the definitive end of Ultravision 25. On April 23, 2000, the Eagle Broadcasting Corporation officially acquired the station, DWMJ-TV, from its previous owner, ACWS, and to rebrand the channel, launching it under a new brand called Net25. Although Net25 officially launched with its current name in April 2000, the network had already begun in 1999 under the temporary branding of Net39. The exact call sign used before the acquired DWMJ-TV was not documented and remains unknown. The station continued to operate under the call sign DWMJ-TV after Net25 was launched, remained in use for 8 years, until EBC decided to change it to DZEC-TV. This new call sign aligned closely with the company's existing branding, particularly its flagship AM radio station, DZEC-AM Radio Aguila. From what I've heard, Ultravision 25 has since been lost media, which means that at the time of recording, no recordings or documentation of its broadcast have been publicly available. Although some logos of the channel have circulated on the internet, but unfortunately, those are believed to be fakes. And there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe as always. I don't usually do outros, so I'll leave it here. Also, quick update by the way, YouTube sent me a warning in July 30 stating that your content was removed due to a violation of community guidelines. It refers to my solar video, though the video is still public, so I'm confused. Hopefully it'll be fine in the end, and I'll see you in the next one.